What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. This is the Fight Club. And as always, go down, like, and subscribe, and comment your takeaways from the Crawford Avensayan fight, the Inoue Butler fight, Lopez Martin whole card. Go down, comment, let us know what y'all thought on those cards. But as always, these are your hosts. I'm Paul Pickle Wyndham Concha, and I'm with.
What's going on, boys? It's your man, Prime Time Martin. This shit was a rough weekend, man. I mean, it was an up and down. I'll give it a little side.
Yeah, the weekend was good, and fucking if you were up at 7 a.m. for Tuesday, you got to watch the Inoue Butler Undisputed, where we all knew how that was going to go. But where do you want to start here? What fight? What card?
Shit, I mean, let's get into the fucking. Might as well get into the top rank, man. Start off big, bro. Go from the jump. Hey, you know what I realized too about the top rank? That we didn't get to see Shushu and Jair Tucker.
Yeah, so Shushu, his opponent Tapia, he failed at medical, but Tucker didn't make weight.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen him posting I seen it on Instagram before. I seen him posting about it. How I don't know. I think he was apologizing. I can't remember, but whatever. I was like, oh shit, that sucks. But
yeah, I mean, from this group of young talent, I just didn't expect any of them to not be able to make it. Like, that was just crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, he a bigger boy, so I mean, shit, I get it.
His time at 147 over. He's gonna have to move up.
Boy, going to be in the 154, but shit, let's get into the boys that fought, man. Hey, all them boys had some tough competition, low key. Everybody had a low key step up tonight or that night.
We had Tiger look good. I know you was hyping up that boy Duke.
Yeah, the boy Tiger, man. He just keep on doing what he's doing, bro. He's gonna be on the same route as Keyshawn, bro. And he's constantly with them boys. It's over, bro. And boy look great.
Yeah, and then Keyshawn unanimous win as well. And then Xander Zayas. I thought Xander looked real good. There was one point where I think one of his things weren't counted as a knockdown, even though Salazar like fell into the ropes and shit, and like they didn't rule the knockdown. But he still looked fucking on point.
What Keyshawn, I felt like took a step forward, a big step forward. Because one thing I noticed big was like he wasn't rushing to get a knockout. Like he wanted to knock dude out because he's never been stopped. I forget his name. He wasn't stopped. He's fought some guys, so he hasn't been stopped. Keyshawn really wanted to go out there, get it done, but dude Jake got a chin, bro. I was like, bro, he looked sloppy, but he was just taking punches. I was like, fuck. But Keyshawn looked sharp as fuck, on point. He looks like a mini Crawford, bro. You could tell he's been in camp with Crawford. He looks like a mini version of Crawford. He got that killer instinct. He was patient, picking his shots, bro. I was like, damn. And then it was kind of good for him to get I think it was 8 rounds. And then Xander, one problem about Xander, bro. I haven't really seen. I wouldn't really say a step back, but he took a half a step back just with his defense. I feel like he was a little lazy with his defense, and he was getting hit with shots that he probably shouldn't have been. He still dominated the fight, and he showed that he could adjust in the ring. He still looked like a top prospect, like what I'm saying. It wasn't really like that. It's more like if you like nitpicking at his performance, but like he was taking some shots that he probably didn't have to. So I feel like I already know his camp. They're gonna go straight into the next camp, working on defense.
Start cleaning all that shit up.
Yeah, because that was the only thing I seen. I feel like he's been tighter on defense. I don't know if it's the competition or whatever, but I feel like he just got hit with some shots that he probably shouldn't have. But other than that, man, they both got A's to me, A+ on both their performance.
Super A+ goes to the co-main Jared Baby Anderson, getting shit early doing that foot on the show.
A+ on the performance and A+ on the entrance. The boy came out snatching your Christmas. Stop playing with him.
Mr. Grinch himself, bro. He was looking hella fire. I knew at that moment we was in for a show. I was like, oh, he's coming big today.
Hey, man, but every time Jared Anderson is fighting, bro, just know you're getting a show with the entrance, bro. He's been like that since like his 3rd fight, bro. Just is always coming out on some on some twirl shit with his entrance. Either if it's the music or it's like his clothes.
And this for the WBO International Heavyweight title or whatever. So Jared Anderson getting a little bit of gold around his waist while just slowly climbing up them rankings, and eventually we'll get to
Bro,
see.
you know he threw like over 100 punches in the first round.
Bro, he's built. He's lean. Like he's like a lean, mean machine. Like he's not like a big fat slot. He's all muscle when I see that motherfucker.
Bro, over 100 punches in one round for a heavyweight is insane. And I'm like, bro, that's just because he be trained. That's what happens when you fucking spawn Shakur and shit. Like these boys, like his boxing ability is up there, bro. That shit is different. And I feel like once he starts getting that, like he has power, obviously, but once he starts getting that real heavyweight power coming to him natural, bro, that shit is gonna be scary, bro. He's different. Because his boxing ability is top tier.
He's knocking on the doors.
Yeah, for real.
But we have to get into the main event here, where Teofimo Lopez gets the split decision win over Sandor Martin. And I'm not gonna lie, I was unhappy when they said he won. I didn't think he won. I thought Sandor. We talked about it before we hopped on here a little bit, but I thought he did enough. Even if the second knockdown wasn't counted, I thought he did enough to win. He picked his shots. Yes, you could say he was on his back foot, backing up the whole fight. But what did I say? Teofimo, if Teofimo comes in guns blazing, this is how he's gonna look bad. He's not. His worst performances is whenever he doesn't have a real game plan and he thinks he's just better than the dude and tries to just big dog the other guy. And the other guy can have a smart game plan, pick his shots real well, don't engage in firefights. And that's how we see Teofimo getting popped with some shots. And maybe even the claims of Teofimo's power not converting at 140 might be real, because Sandor even said he doesn't hit hard at 140. And Sandor's been knocked down before. So I felt like it was a robbery, but it wasn't the worst robbery. And I mean, I've seen some bad judging. I'm not going to say this was a good judge decision, but I can also see, because Teofimo did throw more shots. Teofimo did have the better numbers at the end of the things, and it's also New York. Like, it's Teofimo's hometown base. That's his home court advantage when it comes to judging. So I see how he won. I'm not upset with that. I just think this is showing, because now if he fights Prograis is gonna kill him.
Facts. Nah. All right. One thing I want to say, bro, people that say that are complaining that Martin was running, I feel like that's dumb to say, because I mean, look at the sport we're watching, bro. We're watching boxing. Like, that is part of the art is that Martin was just a crafty southpaw, bro.
Use the ring.
Like he was. I feel like he was doing a great job, honestly. Like, he was doing his game plan. What the fuck you think his game plan was? To go in there and try to brawl with Teofimo? No, he was gonna box him from the outside, wait for Teofimo to come in with those lunging shots, exactly what he did, and get him with a counter left hand over and over and over and over. Bro, just
rinse and repeat.
I was like, bro, Teo, bro, like, at least if you're gonna go in there, at least go in there with your hands up. He's going in there with his hands down and trying to loop in shots, and then Martin is in this bed, with a fucking left hand every fucking time, and then he kind of gets out of there. He's not really, or the both of the knockdowns, I think they're both check right hooks. Boom, coming in with that chin up, bro. Like, you can't do shit like that to like a fighters like this, and especially with it, like you saying, with Prograis, bro. Like, Prograis will eat that up, bro, and he got heavier hands way heavier hands than motherfucking Martin or whatever, bro. So, but let me go back to Teo. I thought Teo won, but I feel like it was a very close decision. The second knockdown was a scam that should have been a knockdown. He got hit with the check right, so I'll give you that. But if we're not including that, I would say Teo won. I feel like he did enough, but I mean, it was close, bro. That shit is razor sharp. But that last judge that had it 97-92, bro, trash, bro. Trash. Man. That's trash, bro. Something like that shouldn't have happened, because you can't tell me Martin only won 2 rounds. So, like, that was bullshit.
Judges need
If
to be
anything,
held more accountable. Like they should be getting like 6 months bans, and if you're doing bad judging like multiple times, like a
and
lifetime bans, like
they probably held that judge last, and they're like, let's see what the other two guys have, and fucking scratch that shit, man. They didn't want to see Tio lose or some shit. I don't know what it was, but that was some fuck shit for real. I ain't gonna lie, but I felt like Tio did enough to win. It wasn't like no decisive shit. He definitely didn't show nothing. That's why after the fight it looked ugly. His body language looked ugly.
he even said it himself. Do I still got it?
Does he still got, like, bro? He's sitting here questioning himself, and in a sport like boxing, bro, you can't have confidence. That's what the trainer's job is to do, is to put that confidence in you, not just train you physically. They're supposed to train you mentally, and I don't know, like that's where he's missing the most. I don't know, but his confidence is not there right now. He felt like he didn't do enough in the fight, and I mean, he didn't, but I feel like there's still things he could go back and look at that he could take from and still learn from and move on from this fight. But I feel like, bro, even if he doesn't want to get rid of his dad, I feel like he needs to bring in another trainer to like maybe his dad be the co-trainer, and they need to bring in another head type and just like change shit up, bro, because man,
Ego is just a dangerous thing, bro. Ego is just.
Yeah, man. I feel like his dad's ego, Teofimo. I get that they got them there, bro. Like that team got to where they're at now. So I understand that if he doesn't want to completely, write his pops off or whatever, but go bring in another trainer, bro. Go bring in someone that can bring back that confidence. Maybe just add something different to the fucking camps and just work on that defense. I feel like I was about to say Tebow. Tio needs to fucking work on jabbing more, come in there with a double jab, triple jab. Is it like kind of like how Haney be doing? Come in that bit with pumping his jab more and setting up a right hand, setting up a
and
hook.
Take a breath. You don't have to be the guy controlling everything the whole round and everything. Like take a step back sometimes and
stop having these urges to he has like these urges where he has to like lunge forward with his big left hook and right hand and uppercut, and like I feel like that is not gonna work. I feel like that lasted for so long, but as you get to these higher level and more experienced and more better fighters, you're gonna have to learn how to adapt and change on the fly. And I feel like that's not what he's doing. And I feel like that now I just look at the fight with Devin Haney a lot different now with Haney. I mean, just like Tio needs to work on learning how to just adapt in the ring, man. Setting up his shots. I feel like his power, speed, and all that could still work at 140. He's just not setting up his shots. He's going more for like the 1-2, like looking for the big boom, but he needs to be setting those shots up and just like being more patient. I feel like if he could just work his jab, bro, and then come behind the hook, then he would be able to he probably would have been able to knock out Martin or something. Like he just wasn't really using his jab, and he wasn't setting up no shots.
Well, so, we see Teofimo day after the fight back in the gym, so he seems focused. He just gotta get the good right.
Because everyone was on his head.
Then on the other end, bro, Sandor Martin, I fuck with you. You gotta get a homie in your camp that speaks fluent English. It can talk shit fast as fuck for you. Because when y'all got in the ring afterwards, y'all was going back and forth about the scorecards after the fight. Sandor, we know you were right, but Teofimo speaks way faster, can say his shit way quicker. You didn't have anyone in your corner that was talking for you that could have been fucking on the mic. Like, nah, bro, I
felt bad for dude almost. I was like, damn, I want to talk for Martin almost.
Yeah,
it's like he was just, I was like, damn, that sucks to not know English. He probably wants to snap in his own language.
Yeah, he was trying to, I give it to him because he was speaking English and I could understand it well. It was a slow, you weren't talking fast enough to go back and forth with Teofimo.
Yeah, nah, he has to think about what he's saying. That's why, that's crazy.
On to the next two cards, because that was going to be the longest breakdown was those cards. These next ones, we got a couple fast ones for y'all. We go to Crawford getting the 6th round KO on that boy David Avensayan, or we just call him DA around here.
DA, Big D, or Little D.
And I mean, let's just be honest. Like we knew Crawford was gonna win. We knew it was gonna happen. But I mean, pound for pound king. Like that's pound for pound king. There's a reason why he has that title to his name a lot. Usually tagged with him. But what about you, Mark? How do you feel?
Shit, I mean, I feel like, I want to call him pound for pound, but we got Inoue over there now, so I give it. But besides that, if Crawford was more active, I would still hold him to that number one. But I feel like, bro, Crawford's skill set is still out of this world. He's on what I think
10 straight.
10 straight knockouts, bro. So no matter who the fuck this dude is fighting, that's different. But I think it goes back to
And most
2016.
of the KOs are either champions that he's taking their belt, or him
Yeah,
winning against someone who thinks they're championship caliber. Like these aren't bums that he's knocking out. Like Sean Porter is among the list.
yeah, like bro, people. That's just when people start talking shit about blah blah blah. And they just want to bring up shit. No, fuck all that, bro. Terrence Crawford is a Hall of Famer right now as we speak, even without the Errol Spence fight. No matter what happens after, he is a Hall of Fame fighter. And bro, and I mean, you could have him still at number one, but anyway, is undisputed. I don't know, whatever. Fuck all that. Crawford, bro, I thought he came out looked good, and I want to say he's the greatest switch fighter of all time, hands down, clear cut.
Probably is best switch fighter of all time.
Best switch fighter of all time. That boy is going from southpaw, orthodox southpaw. I think he came out in this fight more southpaw the most of the fight. And I could be wrong. I got to go back and rewatch. But I think he might have got the knockdown in the orthodox. I could be wrong though. But either way, he shows he can get the knockout in orthodox. He shows he can get the knockdown in the southpaw. Like he is completely dominant in both fucking stances, power in both hands. And that shit, bro, I don't know, man. That shit is crazy. I don't know how that shit's gonna look with Spence. He was able, oh yeah, fuck that. Let me go rewind with the gloves. There's gloves pop. Fuck all the conspiracies. Everyone's talking crazy.
No, they're gonna say it. They're gonna say it, Mark. What was in those gloves?
Fuck all the conspiracies, man. My dog just has some boo-boo ass gloves. And once they told him, like, I think they were waiting to the next round to change him out. They let him finish the round, and he went in that big, closed out the show, man. Fucking could be knockout of the year if you want to be
the gear. He switched that gear when they told him
that. That's what makes Crawford so fucking different is that gear or that flip, that switch, bro. And it's just like he knows how to turn it up. He's still one of the best, if not the best finisher in boxing right now. Like I don't know who's finishing, closing out shows better than that, bro. Like that shit is different, man. He knows when he has you hurt, and he knows when to fucking close that bitch out, bro.
And I can co-sign that. I co-sign best finisher because there are other people on great finishing streaks as well, but just the caliber of opponents on him doing, like the people that they're doing it to is different.
One person that comes off the top of my head would be Tank, but I don't think.
I like Beterbiev.
Yeah.
He could turn the switch on and just completely. But Beterbiev's resume is nowhere close to what Crawford's last 10 was right now. So, and as I say, there's some people that don't have the same resume of opponents that they're literally KOing.
Facts, bro. And Crawford went and got undisputed on that knockout streak. So
yeah, I mean, 1 of 1. Like you said, pound for pound. Like
that boy started the wave. Now look at everybody going after undisputed. There was only like 3 or 4 guys before Crawford that did it. I believe. Well, I can't remember what the 4 belt era, but Crawford, and now look, everybody's getting undisputed, and that's the way to go.
Well, we need the Spence fight. We know that, but there's a good fight cooking at 147. They have Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Stalonis now, or Eliminus Stalonis.
Daniels or what, I don't even know.
Yeah, but great ass fight at 147 that's in the works, and I'm just like, see, like. Boots got an opponent. It's not going to be a super great opponent, I believe, but he got an opponent. But it's just like these other 147ers are active and they're finding good opponents as well. Like now it's time. Like we've been waiting long enough. I know I can't say I waited that long, but other people have been waiting a long ass time for we'll settle for the Thurmans, the Ortizes, the Boots, but we really want the Spence Crawford fight. And we see you can't put someone like DA's not a bad fighter, but you can't put David into the ring with Crawford and not expect what the outcome. Like we all knew Crawford was gonna win this fight. It's just and there's no shot at him. It's just Crawford is on a different level.
I knew his ass was getting dropped, but hey man, I've been waiting for that fight, Spence Crawford, since 2017, man. That's when it started to rumble up a little bit. And bro, like that shit just needs to happen before it turns into some Mayweather Pacquiao shit.
And then our last fight, Tuesday, early morning, we had Inoue going undisputed at 118 with the 11th round KO against Paul Butler. And yes, it's similar to the Teofimo Martin fight. Butler was off his back foot a lot. Inoue had to do a lot of the walking down. And that's why me and Marcus both thought this shit would be over quick. It lasted all the way to the 11th round, but it wasn't because Inoue wasn't doing damage or couldn't. It was he was having to chase him down for most of this fight. And I'm not dissing Paul Butler. I wouldn't engage in a firefight Inoue either. Like that's not smart for your health or your career or to get a W.
Bad for your health, man. Anyway, it's different, bro. That boy is different, bro. Fucking body snatcher, fucking
champion in 3 divisions, I think they said. And he confirmed after this fight he's going to 122. So now he's chasing the 4th division he can put under and undisputed in one of them. So it's just like
that boy is chasing greatness, man. They call him a monster for a reason. He's destroying everything in his path too. That boy just looked dominant in that fight. He was doing the Roy Jones, put the hands behind his back. Come on, like that shit just was too nasty, bro. I'm like, it just looked like levels in that ring. Like you see the levels. And anyways, just that's why, man. You might have to give Inoue the pound for pound right now. Like he's just doing way too much. He's dominating his competition. No one's fucking with him, and the only dude that did fuck with him, he got his get back and fucking knocked his little old ass out. So
put him in the dirt.
And then fucking he got a whole fucking nation behind him, bro. That shit is crazy. That shit, the monster.
Yeah,
I want to see him. I'm excited to see him at 122. I hope. Didn't Fulton go up though?
Yeah, Fulton might still go back down to 122, but he's fighting.
I think he will. If the money's there, bro. The money's there. He's doing it.
But I will say, so Fulton was. I mean, we all give respect to Fulton, but let's not forget, like last year, Fulton was no champ. And then he had a 50-50 fight with Figueroa that a lot of people thought Figueroa won. That Fulton wins his first belt. Then he gets the second belt and another good fight. And now he's fighting Figueroa at 126 for the rematch, but is that for a different weight, different everything. But I'm just like, Fulton I don't think is as unbeatable as some people think. I still think he's the best 122er because MJ Akhmadov, I don't think could beat him. But also, Fulton hasn't really chased to go undisputed in 122. He had chances to fight MJ, and the fight hasn't been made. And people are also like, I don't know how scared Inoue would be at Fulton, because also like maybe Fulton wouldn't want the Inoue fight. Like he's submitted 122 and now he can go to 126. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, if there's gonna be anyone ducking, yeah, I ain't gonna try to call out Fulton like that, but I would definitely put my money it would be Fulton's team ducking more than Inoue's team.
And like Fulton might only want to find the US or something. He wouldn't be down to go to Japan or some shit. Or
that's one thing Inoue probably is gonna eventually have to do, man. I mean, he doesn't have to.
He's been the A side of all his fights. Once he gets into that 50-50 fight combos, that's when I think he's gonna be forced to come out of Japan.
Yeah, if he
wants to grow his stardom. If he wants to grow his stardom in the States,
he could be on some Manny Pacquiao shit, bro. When you like come to America and really grow, just come out here and move to fucking Vegas. You telling me he wouldn't go crazy out there?
No, I think he would, bro. And the amount of people, because like the way that like Barstool Sports and other media conglomerates have been coming around fighting sports more and more now, I could see like him getting like the Patty the Batty treatment by Barstool Sports because they just see his highlight reel and see that he's a monster and like, oh yeah, like that's the guy we're gonna be backing. Like
that's his nickname. I feel like you could promote him really good, but I feel like Top Rank doesn't really promote him as much as they promote like Lomachenko and like these other guys, but Inoue's been the #1 pound for pound, and he's been showing it clear cut. Like there hasn't even been like he's showing it. I feel like he doesn't get the publicity as he should. I mean, it could be his weight too. I mean, Jit is
moving
tiny.
up though to 122. I just say we gotta see what Fulton does. Does he stay at 126 or does he?
How old is Inoue?
Oh, he's young. That motherfucker.
Bro, I mean, I don't know how big he is. I mean, I don't know exactly.
29.
Like,
he's 29. Not as young as I thought he was, but he's 29.
He could end his career, what, 130 maybe?
Maybe, but we'll see. Because Fulton, I want to see that fight, but maybe we'll settle with Inoue MJ. Or if Fulton relinquishes his belts, I just see.
I wonder how fast track they're going to put Inoue in 120. Like, is he going to go straight after the fucking chance, or is he gonna have to?
If they vacant his belts at 122, I think so. I think Inoue has is a contender to be thrown in for a vacant belt. Like if they just throw him up against somebody, like he's kind of did enough damage. He's went. Like it's kind of hard to deny someone who just went undisputed on a weight class below him to not. If there's a vacant belt available, if Fulton relinquishes it, if he has to,
they're gonna fast track him.
Put him right in there, and then maybe
he probably gonna get undisputed at 122, man.
And the only one I think can stop him is Fulton. Fulton has the keys to stop him if he decides to stay. But I don't want to say he's ducking. I don't want to say it because I fuck with Fulton. But Inoue might just be that guy that you don't want to fight.
That boy got power, speed.
And Fulton might be playing the long game. He's in Philly. I know he's been with Floyd. He got Boots in them. He got people around him that taught Floyd some shit. Like, play the long game. Don't fight Fulton. Don't fight Inoue in his weight classes. Like, maybe he sees Inoue at like 126 or something, and his power doesn't transfer as much.
Yeah, he could be waiting and fucking wait until he gets up where he's not in his weight class or some shit. I don't know.
Where Fulton has like 2 years of experience in that weight class, and Inoue, the power don't transfer as much going up in that weight, and maybe he's broken down a little bit more. Who knows? But maybe he's just playing the long game.
Man, Inoue is a demon, bro. I'll give it to him. His highlights are insane.
Yeah, well, I mean, he went undisputed, third weight class. He got champion. He's going for his fourth. We saw Terence Crawford, 10 straight KOs to retain his belt. We need to see him fight more regularly, get some better opposition. And then Teofimo, we're all wondering the same thing. Do you still got it? Whereas the rest of them boys did their thing. The top prospects definitely showed out underneath them. Jaheed Tucker, Fred, lay off the chicken wing or something, bro. I don't know what you lay off the ice cream, lay off something, because your ass can't be missing weight at this young age. This has been Totally Blitz Podcast. I'm Paul Pickle Winham Concha. I was joined by the one and only Marcus Primetime Henley. And if y'all didn't know, well, now you know.
I got a problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me, ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got tools, you could call them boy crap. Man, this gang got rules, man, you better watch your passes. This ain't not new. Man's plug here, let him in. Passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been.